Hey guys, my name is Jasmine and today we're going to be making inventions. Before we really get started here, I'm going to tell you what you guys need. You need at least 2 pieces of paper, a Sharpie, a drawing pencil, which is also a graphite pencil, an eraser, crayons, and or colored pencils. So this is basically going to be like a card game when we're making our inventions. We're going to make random inventions, but we're going to start with making our cards. And then from our cards we're going to figure out what our invention is and what it does and how it can help us. So you're going to take 1 piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half. Either way you can fold it in half. I'm actually going to fold mine hamburger style, which is like this. Unfold it, I'm going to turn it and fold it again. So then I have 4 little windows. Then I think I want a little bit more cards than 4. If you want 4 cards, it's fine. I'm going to make 8. So to make 8 cards, I'm going to have my first fold here. I'm going to take the edge of the paper, I'm going to fold to that first fold. And the same thing on the other side. So they're kind of like little doors. And with each fold I'm going to make sure that it is really flat, because I'm going to tear this to get my cards instead of using scissors. You can use scissors if you have scissors, but if you don't have scissors, you can do what I'm going to do. Make sure it's really flat. Then I'm going to start carefully and slowly tearing where I folded my paper at. Along all of those lines. And if your tears aren't perfect, that's fine. If your cuts aren't perfect, that's fine. We're just trying to get decent pieces of paper here so we can make our cards. I'm going to tear these in half. So here are 2 cards. Another 2, that makes 4. Another 2 makes 6. And my last 2 make 8. If you want more cards, you can make more cards. Again, if you want to have less, like if you want to have 4 cards, you can do 4 cards. I wouldn't do any less than 4 cards though, because then the card game wouldn't make much sense. So, now on each one of our cards here, we're going to draw something random. You can use your crayons, your colored pencils, your Sharpie, your drawing pencil, any combination of them. I'm only going to use my Sharpie, but if you want to make it colorful, you can use your crayons and your colored pencils. So, again, going to draw random things. Not really going to think about it. Let's have a cloud. Let's do maybe a cup. Empty cup. So there are 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over because whenever we are pulling our cards, we're not going to look at them, so we don't know what it is. Let's do the pencil. And you can make your drawings as detailed and colorful as you want. I'm doing mine pretty simple. There's my pencil. Let's see what else. Something random. be a flower. There are half of my cards. I have 4 more to go. Again, doing random things, not really thinking about it. Maybe a door. A ball. 2 more. Let's do a wheel. Is it car tire? And if you also want to write down what it is underneath, you can do that too. There's our wheel. It almost looks like a record. And one more. How about a trash can? Okay. Now I have all 8 of my cards, and I hope you have whatever amount of cards that you want to do. We are going to kind of mix these up. Not really gonna look at them unless they flip over. Gonna mix these up, and then from them you can draw as many as you want. Well, maybe don't draw more than 3, especially if you have only 4. But I'm gonna draw 2 of mine. I want to draw at least 2 to 4, depending on how many cards you have. And that is what we're going to make our invention off of, and what you're going to make your invention off of, depending on your cards. And let's see. Okay. I have my door, and I have my wheel. Okay, so depending on what you have picked, you might have a harder time, you might have an easier time coming up with an invention, but that's what all this is. This is a big brainstorming kind of thing. And you can draw your invention on your second piece of paper, but kind of think, what can your 2 objects do together, and how can they help the world around you? So once again, I have my wheel, and I have my door. What can these 2 things do to work together and to create a type of technology that can help us, our community? And technology, it doesn't have to involve electricity. Technology can be as simple as a pencil, something that has helped your community, has helped the human race in making things and progressing together. And so with our invention, which is just like technology, it's something that helps us. It's we're going to try and figure out what can that do. So I'm going to take my drawing pencil, which is also a graphite pencil. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to write what I have. Which you don't have to write what you have. If you figure out your invention right off the bat, you can just go ahead and start drawing it. You can write about how it helps people, how it can help you. And it doesn't have to be something that is completely thought out and like makes sense. If you want it to be a little bit imaginative, you can do that. It can be a little bit of like a you're writing this as if it was going to go with a superhero, which you can also make your own superhero, which can be yourself if you want. So I have my tire. There's also a wheel, and I have my door. Now, thinking about how these 2 can go together, here's a circle for my wheel, and a rectangle for my door. Let's see. Wheels help things get around. They're pretty mobile. Doors are not too mobile, but they can be mobile. So let's say, this technically can also just make a car. So what kind of car can this be? I'm gonna switch to my Sharpie. This car can be pretty small, maybe like the unicycle. If you know what a unicycle is, a unicycle has one wheel, just like this. You see it has like a platform on it that has a little building, that has a door on it. And it drives places, and say it can bring people their food. So it's almost like a food truck. But it's nice because it's small and it can get to places fast and easily, and it can fit in places easier because it's so small. And maybe it doesn't use so much gas, maybe it doesn't even use gas. So it also helps the environment. So that is my invention, using my wheel and my door. You can color your invention, you can draw it real big. I only used half of my paper, so if I wanted to, I can make another one. But for another example, I'm going to draw another two. You can put your cards back in here if you want to do more inventions, or you can leave them out. I'm going to leave mine out because I've already used those two items, so I want to do two new items. And let's see, I have my cloud and my cup. So, cloud and a cup, what can they do? And also, like I said before, I only used half of my paper, so I could draw on the other half if I wanted to. So I'm not just wasting paper. So these are two different things. So I have my cup and I have my cloud. How can they work together? Well, simply, a cloud can block out the sun. A cloud can also rain. And then I have my cup. And a cup basically holds things. So, simply, what if I have the cup, which these things also already exist. This kind of just tells you how inventions have been created throughout the years, possibly, or how they can come about. Have my cup, say it has measurings on it. It has units that tell you how much rain comes down. I forget what they're called, but that is something that exists, measures how much rain has fallen in different areas. Excuse me. So, if it's raining, you have your cup here, and it has different units of measurement. And let me grab my blue here for water, for rain. Say it's raining, and it can measure how much rain falls. Just like that. So our cloud and our cup are working together to make that kind of invention. So that is our invention card game. You kind of see how it can go. You can make different cards. You can collect cards if you guys do this. With other people, you guys can make your own cards and maybe trade them and have fun with them. You guys can put your own cards together and come up with inventions yourself, and combine and blend those together just like we combined and blended our items here. We made them one thing when they were two things. We combined them. So once again, that is our card game. Thank you very much for joining me. We talked about technology and inventions, which are things that have helped humans kind of progress together and make things a little bit easier. An invention slash technology is as simple as a pencil. It helps us write notes. It helps us make our ideas more visual, just like these here. And we also talked about combining and blending, which I just mentioned, that you can do with your friends and other people that play this card game with you. You guys can make your own cards and bring them together You yourself can make as many cards as you want and make this an ongoing thing for yourself and have fun with this. And I hope you guys do just that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.